Hey YouTube, it's Dawson Rider here with a review of the Sea Brothers Zord Vehicle set from Power Rangers Megaforce. Just like last year when we had little auxiliary Zords to go along with the Samurai Megazord, we have that this year again, this time with headers. Rather than releasing the headers just as headers, we have included them in a cycle type deal with a Ranger figure, and the cycles are also going to be instrumental in a Hyper Gosei Great transformation. But so let's go ahead and just take a quick look at the packaging because it's new packaging. As you can see, we got the Megaforce logo up top with the Rangers back there, which is fine. Here's where the stuff was, obviously. It shows how to combine it with Gosei Great Megazord if you have it. It says Sea Brothers Zord Vehicle set and Blue Ranger. There's the Blue Ranger they were talking about. I'm glad they cleared that up. It says it comes with 2 cards, and then on the back it shows how the different cycle sets can form the various Megazord combinations. Shows all the ones in the line. And then it shows that the 3 ones that are currently out can be combined with the Hyper Header cycle to form a Hyper Gosei Great. So that's all cool. Let me make sure that this light is on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here we have it. This is the way it is in its cycle mode. You have the 3 different headers. You have the Hammerhead Shark, the Sawshark, and then the Manta Ray. And then obviously you have the cycle piece here and a little Blue Ranger figure. They actually don't look too bad. I kind of like the cycle design. I think it's kind of cool in a way with the different headers on it. They're all pretty bland. I'll show them off in a minute. And the Blue Ranger figure's pretty bland. Let's take a look at him real quick. He's kind of fixed in this sitting pose, so he can't really do anything. Only his arms can move around 360 and his head can, and that's about it. But he's overall really bland. He kind of looks like a McDonald's toy. Which is kind of disappointing. I feel like they could have just at least put a little more effort into painting the figure. I feel like that's not so much to ask, so it's overall just a pretty bland figure. And you set him in there and he's got 2 little pegs here to put his hands on there. It can roll and do all that fun stuff. But yeah, other than that, it looks all fine. So then you have the 3 headers here. Hammerhead. Very, very basic, pretty much all primarily this sort of light blue color, just with the eyes painted really. I mean, he can roll on his own, but he really can't do anything. When I'll show off in a minute, the only function of the Japanese version was to press these in and then push a button to pull them out. It can't even do that, but as a result, his like eyes here are thinner. Set that aside for a second. And then you have the Sawshark here, once again pretty basic, basically all this primary blue, just this little gold strip in the red here. These little gears here can spin. At the top here, you'll notice this little lever. In the Japanese version you could use it to spin these. I kind of wish I'd kept that. These things had such limited functionality in the first place that I don't know why they just took away their like what functions they did have. And then here, I'll set him aside just for a moment. And then the Manta Ray here, pretty basic. You're going to have the helmet here for the Sea Megazord, but pretty much all black and a little blue. Probably looks the best of the 3. His little pieces can fold up. He did keep that function from the Japanese version. Speaking of that, I'm going to just take a quick comparison at them. Here are the Hammerhead Sharks. This is American version, Japanese version, obviously. As you can see, this one had a function to do this. This one had a little more silver paint on it. I mean, in general, the headers are pretty basic, so it's not too big of a hit, but you can see there's a size difference, and the eyes are a little thinner, which I guess looks a little neater, but it took away that one functionality of this. But yeah, that's about it for that. Now let's do Sawshark. There's the American version, Japanese version. Obviously, they got a lot more paint on there. Even got his teeth painted gold here at the bottom, which is a nice touch, and his mouth opens. And then see he's got this little gimmick going on here, which I feel like would have just made it feel less awkward when you're doing that. And so yeah, that is the difference there. And now last we have Manta Ray, who just went upside down because I'm a stupid head. And here are these 2, obviously size difference. They actually look pretty similar. There's not much paint missing here actually. I mean, obviously it's a different scale. The only other thing is this one actually can have a button to do that, which isn't that big of a deal. But this one is easily the best translated of them. I mean, like I said, there's nothing too major. I'm not outraged about the little bit missing silver and gold paint, but this one fared the best. Okay, and then so now, I guess we will get the stupid box out of the way, and we'll go ahead and combine it with Gosei Great Megazord. So let's bring him in right now. So what you're going to want to do, really, to prep this is pretty simple. Well, first we'll just get rid of this here, and we're going to get rid of his head and store it here. And just store it up in here. There you go. We can set that aside. And then what you're going to want to do is remove the hands and put them on the kneecaps. And then you're going to take Sawshark, put it on this hand, Hammerhead Shark, put it on this hand, and then take the Manta Ray header, and it's going to become the head. Man, it can be a bit difficult to get on there. Come on. I don't know why it's being difficult. Come on. Oh, I almost forgot. Derp. And then you're going to want to take these and place them back. It'll be a little difficult because the arms want to fall out. There we go. Okay. And so there you have the Sea Megazord. You gain kind of a sword weapon on his arm, I guess a punchy fist, and then, of course, this sort of pirate-like head. It actually looks pretty good, I think. They did a good job of representing it. It looks very close to the Japanese version, which obviously is the same thing, but I mean, it looks all good. Nothing too wrong with it. That is a formation. We'll now fix his wing here, which has gone haywire. We'll now just take a quick look at it next to Sea Gosei Great. So just 1 second. So here the two are next to each other. As you can see, they're actually pretty identical. You can probably tell that the Gosei Great, like usual, has better paint apps. But other than that, this just looks like a smaller version of it. I mean, the details on the heads are pretty much the same. Let's do like a quick zoom in slide over. You can see there's the Japanese version head, American version. His head looks a little sleeker in the American version, but otherwise, it's really damn close, and there's not much nitpicking I have to say about it. So we'll go ahead and take him out now. So yeah, overall, pretty well done. So now we will get to what I like to call the final verdict. But first, I'll just show you quickly the two cards it came with. You got the Sea Megazord card, which obviously shows a picture of the Sea Megazord. And then on the back, it's just the generic Power Ranger stuff. And then the Sea Brothers Zords, right there. So that's cool. I'll show these off in the Morpher when I eventually get it. But so overall, I think these sets are okay. I think that they definitely add playability to the Gosei Great Megazord, and the fact that they included these little cycles I think adds a little more playability and function. Like you can take these off, I guess, for later transformation of Hyper Gosei Great. And you get header ports for this. If you get all the cycles, I guess you can mix and match headers on them if you'd like to. I'm kind of glad that they did do something with the headers so that it didn't seem weird. They were just releasing a set of 3 heads so that it gave you something to do, and they did kind of end up using the bikes cleverly. But so I'm glad that they did give you a little extra something for getting the headers. So overall, I think it's a pretty decent substitute. As you saw, the paint isn't as good as the header sets, but once you get it on here, it looks pretty much the same. So if you're going to go ahead and decide to go for the American version, I think this is a pretty solid purchase for it. But obviously, as always, if you're looking for the highest collector grade, then I would go for the Japanese header sets. You don't get a little cycle, but I don't think you would be too broken up. So that is about it. Till next time, make sure you check out RidersRangersRambles.com for getting token news in the craziest way possible. Till next time, it's Dawson Rider, signing out.